Hello and welcome to this edition of Let's Talk About It. My very special guest today is Mr. Mike Jones.
Who?
Mike Jones. How you doing, Mike?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Welcome to Let's Talk About It.
Man, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Thanks for taking a moment out of your busy schedule to join us today. We appreciate it.
Appreciate y'all having me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think a lot of the Houston audience is very familiar with your work,
Yeah.
Mike Jones. I know personally myself, the thing that stick out in my mind when I think about Mike Jones is that phrase you had in the song. At first you didn't want me, but now you all on me, or something to that effect.
Back then they ain't want me. Now I'm hot. They all on me.
Now they all on you. They all on you. All right, all right.
Yeah.
That sticks out in my mind, man. And that was one of the most popular tunes that I can remember. Was it another one called Laffy Taffy or something like that?
See, Laffy Taffy was a D4L. It was like once I got with Asylum and started blowing up, Warner Brothers, they had another group called D4L.
Okay.
And I had got them and put them on the label, and we had put a song I called Laffy Taffy.
Okay.
And that song went gold too. So
it went gold as well.
It went gold. Yeah.
All right, all right. So now, Mike, I know you've been off the scene for a little while, man. So tell me a little bit about that. Where you been? Where you hiding at?
Man,
Talk to me.
I've been working. You know what I'm saying? I've been working. But since when I came out with the Who is Mike Jones, there was no politics.
Okay.
And when I came out with the Who is Mike Jones, I wanted to let the world know who I was. You know what I'm saying? I want to give the world an open book of Mike Jones. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
I want to let people know where I'm from, what we do down here, and how we live. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So with that, when it came out, the representation was right. You know what I'm saying? We did nearly 3 million with that one. And with success, you know what I'm saying, comes politics. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
When I started blowing up mainstream bigger and bigger with the number, you know, with the Who.
Right.
And everything that came with it, you know, people wanted me to stop saying the name. People wanted me to stop saying the Who. People wanted me to start giving out the phone number. So when you run through stuff like that, it just either I do what they say or I either fall back and, you know, stand for what I believe in. You know
I got you. So you stood back and fell for what you believed in.
I stood back and fell for what I believed in.
And that hiatus has taken you about 4 years?
I mean, yeah, 4 years, and it took about 4 or 5 years for the lawsuit to get cleared as well.
Oh, okay. So it got a little.
Political.
When you say political, you mean political and legal.
Political all over, hood politics.
Is that right?
Gang politics, yeah. Like.
Okay. Tell me this, man. When you first started out in the rap game, a lot of the people that might have been, I guess, in your camp, did you lose a lot of them people once you got, moved forward a little bit more, or are all those cats still with you?
I mean, I got Watts, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Me and Michael Watts, we still good. I mean, he the founder of Swisher House. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I got down, you know what I'm saying, it was initially me and Watts.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? With the Swisher House, and now it's back me and Watts, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I don't know about everybody else.
Right.
Where's Mike Jones and me and Watts, you know, we back working. You know
all right. That's what's good. Well, tell me this. What's next for Mike Jones?
Where is Mike Jones?
Where is Mike Jones? Is what's next for Mike Jones. So I think that's his upcoming CD. Is that right?
Yeah.
All right. So in your CD, from what I understand, you're going to try to tell your public and your audience a little bit more about where you've been for 4 years and what's been happening. You just want to tell the flat-out truth from what I understand. Just tell it the way it is.
I mean, honestly, because people knew, like, it's like now it's almost like 10-year history because I started in 03.
03,
you know what I'm saying, 2003. And that's when I got, you know what I'm saying, with Swisher House, with Michael Watts. And we had put a mixtape out called Ballin' on the Ground 10 years ago.
Okay.
And we did 250,000 copies, independent hood mixtape.
Yeah.
So that grew us to get the mainstream in 05 with Who is Mike Jones.
Okay.
2.5. And then with the political stuff kicking in and the lawsuits coming in.
Right.
And other political stuff coming in, it was only right for me to fall back and go attack the money of the sales that I sold from that time.
Got you.
To where by the time they was ready to go on and pay everything back, it was like 4 or 5 years finally, which is this year, last year.
Okay, that's great. So
we finally got it back.
All right.
We finally get ready to come back out.
That's fantastic. Now tell me, where'd you get your start at?
Actually, my grandma, she gave me the game in the beginning. Yeah.
Your grandma? Come on, man.
Yeah.
Your grandma gave you game up for rap?
I mean, I always knew how to rap. I'm just saying the guidance.
She gave you the foundation.
Yeah, like I'm saying, like for example, like straight up, like let's say 9-9. You know what I'm saying? I dropped out of school. You know what I'm saying? I started doing stuff I wasn't proud of, but I had to do that to make my way. And it came to a point when I was just like, man, you know what I'm saying? Like basketball was my all-time dream.
Okay.
But UIL rules kept me from moving forward with that. So my
Right.
grandma was like, we'll do something, try to rap. I always see you do the rap. So I was like, all right, I'm going to try to rap. I did the rap. I started going to strip clubs trying to get, like, the DJs on it.
Okay.
And they weren't trying to hear me at the time. They were like, who are you?
Right.
I'm like, Mike Jones. They're like, who are you? So I went back to my granny, and I was, like, kind of discouraged. And she was like, you know what? Don't even worry about that.
Right.
Soon they're going to be like, who is Mike Jones? You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about the DJ.
Exactly.
Go to the strippers. And I went to the strippers, and then the strippers started playing me out in the club.
Okay.
And then people started coming to me, and then I went and got with the house. And
Okay.
it just kept getting better.
Okay.
You know,
One of the things I find interesting, especially when you're first starting out with what you do, oftentimes you don't get the support that you think you should have, and then once you get to a certain level, then everybody want to jump on your bandwagon.
Back then,
Everybody wants. There you go. Back then they didn't want you, but now they're all on you. And that story is very common. I know it for my own self. Oftentimes I've tried to do things, but because I didn't have the name that they thought they should respect, they want to fool with you. But then when I get to a certain level, then it's like, oh yeah.
You feel me?
Come on now.
But it's crazy is that you see the people that, it's like this, like you can be in a room of 8, and at this time all 8 of these people are on your team,
right?
And for 2-3 years it's working, but then like you said, you got to a level that you wanted to get to, but you didn't expect the other 7 to act like they acted. So you're like, all right, I see how y'all is. But then when it really boom,
right?
Everybody just, okay, yeah, you did that, now let's go do this and let's do that. It ain't that easy, because
there you go.
I had to go up a different way up since y'all weren't supporting me.
There you go.
And now that I'm here, y'all think I can't do it like that.
There you go.
So,
there you go. And I think it's always important that we have a plan B and have an ulterior way, or alternative rather, way of getting to where we want to be. And sometimes the plan that we have ain't always the plan that work out. So we got to be able to do this here so we can survive. And obviously you have done that, Mr. Mike Jones.
Thank you.
Yeah, you have done that, and you are doing that.
Still doing it, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What's funny is that, like, I want to get people, like, game, like, on stuff, like, what people don't know is just like, let's say like a CD, like, you know what I'm saying, each time a CD sells, that's $7, you know what I'm saying? So
okay,
like in 06, I mean 05, you know what I'm saying, we did the 2.5, and if you multiply times 7, that's what we sold off that, you see what I'm saying? That's what we made off that. And at the time, before the lawsuits, the label was like, all right, you know what, so we can be sure that no lawsuits come down the line, we just gonna pay you this much for right now and hold the rest.
Okay.
See, these people in the streets thought they gave it all to me, and I just blew it all, but
is that right?
They only gave me half of it, and
okay,
that half that I got is what I was doing my thing with, thinking that the other half was coming.
Oh, got you.
The lawsuit froze it, and now the lawsuit is unfroze, and now I'm here. Like,
all right.
Makes sense,
so, are you able to get a little bit of that back now since the suit is over? Or is
that's why I'm here.
Okay, so it's all right. Well, hey, that's what we want to talk about. That sounds like a successful battle.
Oh yeah.
That sounds like a successful battle.
At first, like, let's say, okay, for example, 05, we did that. 06, I did the song with T-Pain. It was called I'm in Love with a Stripper.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That song sold 5 million ringtones itself.
Wow.
So everybody got $1 each off that.
Okay.
So when they sued that, then nobody could get that money until 2011. So that money just got paid out.
Wow.
Yeah, so now that that's good.
You good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm good, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I came from nothing, so.
Yeah, so whatever you have.
Yeah, so even though I was going through the political stuff since 05, I still was good. I just wasn't good enough to take care of all the people I was. But
I got you.
I've been taking care of me and my family since 03, 10 years, and still doing it, but.
All right.
The streets just get a different perception, and that's why I want to give people the game so they can see the real perception.
And that's why we're doing this show right now today.
That's why we're talking about it.
Yes, sir. And that's what it's all about. We're going to be right back in just a moment with more of Let's Talk About It with my guest, Mr. Mike Jones.
Hey.
Hello and welcome back to Let's Talk About It with my special guest today, Mr. Mike Jones.
Hey.
Htown's own.
Hey.
We're talking about the life of Mike Jones, the life of a rapper, where Mike has been and where Mike is going. All right, Mike, talk to me, man. What's next for Mr. Mike Jones?
Man, the return.
The return.
Yeah, I came out with Ballin' on the Ground 1. It did 250,000 10 years ago. 10 years later, me and Watts back together. We doing Ballin' on the Ground 2.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And then Who Is Mike Jones did 2.5. And 10 years later, it's only right to come back with Where Is Mike Jones?
Right.
Since I've been away, and I've been away dealing with politics, so I want to come back and give everybody hits give everybody the real, and give everybody the game on the inside of what they don't know before they get into it and come all the way up. See, I came up and seen pitfalls and bumps and still was able to make it up.
Okay.
Like, I want to give people that game so at least they can see it on their way up so they can have a better way than I did. You know what I'm saying?
To work with it, huh?
Yeah.
Mike, tell me this. What are some of the misconceptions that you think people have about rap artists that can be dispelled right now?
Okay. For example, 05, I did my numbers. 2013, you know, you got people that make a conception of, oh man, you ain't been out since this, so you ain't doing this. Yeah, but if you add my album sales times 7, that's that number. And then you add their whole career times 7, they still ain't seen my number. So I'm good. You know, I'm not even tripping.
Okay.
I understand they don't understand, so I ain't even mad at them for not understanding.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's all good, though.
It's all good. Mike, tell me this. Being that you are, I would say, a role model, certainly for a lot of youngsters that are coming up that might want to pursue the rap game, what type of advice would you give those cats?
Man, never take no for an answer, especially if you believe it in your head. If you got, see, people get their own vision, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes people don't understand your vision, you know what I'm saying? And it's cool. It's a way for a person to be like, man, I don't see it, but I'm still down with you.
There you go.
You feel me? But it's a difference if somebody don't see it and then start hating on it.
Exactly.
So it's two different, you know what I'm saying? So don't never take no for an answer, especially if you believe in it, and take it to the top. Because people, it was a phase when, oh man, you tripping for saying your name 1,000,000 times. You tripping for saying the who, like you gonna crash yourself.
Right.
To now, who Mike Jones is household name, legendary. Like even if I go, they gonna forever remember that.
Exactly.
So don't ever take no for an answer. Don't let nobody steal you from what you know.
I have to say I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. And one of the things that I've learned for myself in growing my business and growing what I have is to do you.
Do you, man.
And so often we try to fit into the mold of what everybody else is doing, but when you fit in, you blend in.
You blend in.
And the goal is not to blend in, but it's to stand out.
You gotta be different, man.
And you stand out when you do you.
Yeah.
When you ain't trying to be like everybody else. And it's all good.
Man.
You know? So I give you hats off, man, to doing Mike Jones. Doing Mike Jones. I want to ask you, man, because you have a name in the community, are there anything that you do in the community that helps the community or kids and so forth?
I got this organization called Ice Age for Kids.
Ice Age for Kids, okay.
And I got the American Dream Foundation. And 06, 07, before the political stuff came in, like we gave like over 400,000, like, you know what I'm saying, the different charities and stations, and you know what I'm saying, like people know like the love is there. It's not all about Mike Jones shining, rolling up, looking good, flossing. I do that. But at the same time, you can go check Boys and Girls Club. You can go check the Salvation Army, and we dished out money, and we showed love, and we did more than just throw the money. We gave, you know what I'm saying? That's stuff that people can't take back.
And that's one of the things that I feel like is important too. When you've gained a level of success, I think it's important that you give back to the community, that you give back to the people who have been there and blessed you to help you get where you are. You know, so when I see a rapper like Mr. Mike Jones making those types of contributions because of his career, I think that's fantastic. I think that's fantastic, and I certainly, once again, I commend you. Now I know you're originally from Houston, Texas, right?
H-Town.
From H-Town. What part of Houston were you from, Mike?
North side.
North? Come on, man.
North side.
Not the north side. All right, all right.
I got love all over. You know what I'm saying? But I'm from the north.
From the north side. Okay. Now you reside where?
Well, actually, I'm in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Because I had to go to Atlanta to deal with the lawsuit.
Okay.
And it took like a year. So I was in Atlanta doing that because at first I was still in Houston, but I had to fly every Wednesday to Atlanta just to be there for Thursday.
Wow.
And that, you see what that costs. So it's like now I might well get a spot there.
Right.
And just
handle it.
What I want people to know is that when I came out in 02, 03, the same people I see now, they seen me then.
Okay.
And they seen me without politics, so they know how I move. They seen the grind. They seen me as a person. They seen, okay, yeah, he grinding, he working, but he also a cool dude right here.
Right.
But then when I blew up, I started getting introduced to a lot of stuff that I wasn't used to seeing.
Okay.
So I couldn't see y'all like I see y'all all the time because I had to deal with this.
Right.
To get what I sold and what I work hard for. You know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying? So,
absolutely. I think a lot of times when you're on your way up or when you're moving in a upward direction, a lot of times the people that might have been around you,
Man.
sometimes they change,
Man,
and sometimes they just don't fit where you're going.
They do change. Ain't
You-
no sometimes.
They do change. That's the bottom line, huh? Just tell it like it is.
They do.
Tell it like it is.
Telling it like it is.
Yes,
man.
sir. Yes, sir.
Man.
And the analogy that I oftentimes use with that, and I always want people to walk away with something from Let's Talk About It, not just to show to entertain you, but I want you to gain some knowledge from it.
Get some
But
game.
it gets them. Come on now. But what I oftentimes say is that, like for instance, when you're a 5-year-old kid, the clothes that you wore as a 5-year-old kid, you can no longer wear when you become 15. In other words, they no longer fit. And the same thing applies to people. There are times in our lives where, because we're growing in a certain direction, certain people just don't fit no more. And when it don't fit no more, what you got to do with it, Mike? You got to let it go.
You gotta let it go.
You got to let it go. And that happens sometimes. And not everybody understands it.
Especially when they're ungrateful, though.
Especially when they're ungrateful.
You know what I'm saying? Especially when they're ungrateful, man. It ain't enough for me to cut it and go lay down and go to sleep.
Yeah, like an umbilical cord, just nip.
And then even with an umbilical cord, that's something that's yours. You want it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't even mine. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to cut you for real. Let's tell the truth, right?
Keeping it real, man.
Keeping
it real. Now, and this brings me back to something that happened with you. Now, I read on the internet about you falling asleep in your place or something, and somebody actually took something that belonged to you or something to that effect, right? Yeah. And you've replaced it, from what I understand.
Well, I got insurance on it.
That's important.
And me and King Johnny, that's like the jeweler. That's my homie.
Okay.
Like, he already, ready. He ready to go. But I had to get the phase 1 right, which is getting me back out there. Because, see, when
Absolutely.
I came out in 03, 04, 05, I wasn't with all the jewelry. Like, if you go watch Still Tipping, you just seen Property of Mike Jones.
Okay.
And that's all I felt that I needed to express me to y'all. Like, I ain't felt I needed all that.
Okay.
So when I came into the game, blew up off that 2.5. Then I started getting the money, dealing with more politics.
Okay.
Now you gotta pay taxes. So as you paying these taxes, I gotta buy this stuff. I gotta, you know what I'm saying? It ain't just, oh man, Mike got the ice. He trying to own it.
Yeah.
He trying to, nah, my nigga.
You flossing or whatever they call it, right?
I'm flossing, but I have to floss. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Because man, if you only knew, like, you know what I'm saying, like, making, you know what I'm saying, 4 mil, they want 33% of that. Right then. Like, that's 1.2. So I don't know if people seen Brewster's Millions, but you got to hurry up and spend some of that money to get the rest of the money. So,
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
exactly.
So,
and I think that's smart.
yeah,
That's smart.
I mean, but in the streets, oh man, he just wasted. They don't.
But you know what? You know why? Because they lack knowledge.
Yeah, I think that.
And when you have knowledge about something, your response or reaction to it can be totally different.
But see, what threw me off is because of your lack of knowledge. You do remember when I was heart to heart showing you love, right? But because of your lack of knowledge, it shuts down the remembrance of the love I showed you. So, oh man, I think
I got you.
So it's
I
like,
got you. I got you.
You feel me? Like, even if I'm not like you think, I mean, you look at the person and people, because of lack of knowledge, they disregard the person.
Yeah.
And I think that's crazy.
And that's very
you know what I'm
unfortunate.
saying?
That's
Yeah,
very
it's
unfortunate.
crazy.
Mike, you know what? We're going to continue this conversation in just a moment.
Hey.
We're going to be right back in just a little bit with more of Let's Talk About It with my
Let's
guest,
talk.
Mr. Mike Jones.
Who?
Hello and welcome back to Let's Talk About It with my special guest today, Mr. Mike Jones, Houston's own.
Yeah.
All right, Mike. All right. I don't know how to do none of that, but I know it's cool, whatever it is.
It's just I got the H on the hand.
Is
so it's
that
like
so? That's like representing.
Yeah, that's Houston.
That's Htown.
Yeah.
That's what, man.
Yeah, see what I'm saying?
Knowledge. I didn't have the knowledge.
It's all
That's
good.
what-
It's all good. But see, you know, I message you because you down to at least, you know, receive the knowledge. Some people don't even want to receive. That's why, you know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Well, when you receive the knowledge, then you're able to grow.
Man.
And it's all about growing. You know what I'm
me?
saying? Yeah, we got to grow. We got to grow. Now, Mike, I understand that you got, is it a club that you're about to open up, man?
Club Ice Age.
Club Ice Age. Now, was that a club that was open before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're kind of bringing it back.
See, like, yeah, and again, everything, all my decisions came through politics. In 05, we did the music, and when the label started politically tripping on the artistry and the music, I was like, you know what, while they doing that, I'm finna do something for the city.
Okay.
Club Ice Age, you know what I'm saying? And it was a club that was popping every Sunday for at least 2 years or a year and a half. And every Sunday we'll bring a celebrity from Morris Chestnut, Genuine, Flavor Flav.
Okay.
Like every week it was somebody to see.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't nobody to see, we'll do Ladies Appreciation Sunday. It was always more than a club. It was just fun. It was no politics in there. And
yeah.
I'm bringing that back. March 10th.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell me this here, man. we've been talking about politics.
Mm-hmm.
What invites the politics? What makes the politics happen? Why does that happen?
Control.
And who's trying to control?
The person who you doing the business with.
Okay, so is that because the understanding wasn't there initially, or do things change as things grow?
See, the understanding is there because at the bottom,
Mm-hmm.
it's an understanding we got to come up. We finna come up.
Mm-hmm.
We all finna play our role.
And that's loyalty.
And that's at the beginning. It's loyalty. So it's
Okay.
like, you do this, you do this, you do this, you do this, and I'm gonna do the music.
Okay.
We ain't gonna step on nobody's toes.
Right.
So that works for the first 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
And in the 3 years, we locally hot. We locally hot, meaning like we hot all over Texas, Louisiana, and a few spots, and people is content with that. But when your mind sees somebody that you did business with, blow up and be on TV, blow up and be here, blow up and be there, you're like, oh man, okay, this stuff is bigger than just locals.
Okay.
But we already did the deal.
Mm-hmm.
So when you going through this ego and you decide to, what do I do then? Like, it's politics. Like, it ain't just like.
That's so unfortunate.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but it happens though. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I'm just blessed that I came out and sold the numbers that I sold. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
To where even though I went through a lot of that stuff, you know what I'm saying? Just by what I know that comes to me, I'm not even tripping. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not like on everything.
That's good. That's good. So what have you learned thus far from the point that you started to where you are now? What has Mike Jones learned about the rap game and people in general?
Man. Peak game, play lane. You know
what would you do again?
Man.
Would you change some things? Oh, that's another show.
Man, I don't know, man. I mean, if I was that's a good question, because if I was to, man, if I was to do that, if I was to do it differently than how I done it, a lot of people wouldn't be mentioned in the elite of the city. You feel, if that makes sense? You know what I'm saying? Right. You know how like you got Batman and Robin,
right?
But if Batman wouldn't have did a certain thing, you know, you probably wouldn't have heard about Robin. Yeah, gotcha. So one person who is especially in a position has to show love to even open the door for other people. So it's like this: you got 3 hands.
Right.
I know we all talented.
Right.
But you in a position to open the door for this talented guy or this talented guy. It ain't about who ain't got talent. It's who I decide to
bring in.
Yeah. So exactly. You asked me if I was to change up. A lot of people who people mention, they wouldn't be mentioning. You feel me? And for people to turn around and do it how I'm living still, to see them do it.
Right.
If I knew they would have did it like that, oh man, I could have. Man,
it would have been a little different, huh?
I could have sold 3 point, Baba. You know what I'm saying? But it's cool though. You know what I'm saying? But I learned, and it's cool. I mean, I'm still the one. In the cool seat, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I think that's wonderful. I think that's wonderful. And obviously you have a little bit of wisdom behind you in order for you to still be in the cool seat. But that comes with lessons in life, don't it?
Yeah, it comes with lessons in life. And man, it comes with lessons in life. And you getting the real up out of it, boss. Well,
that's what it's about, man. That's why hey, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Mike, you know, I noticed that when I went back through some of your earlier days, I saw that you were a bigger dude, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And I was proud of it, though. I ain't gonna lie. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was 300 and proud of it. Like, see, that was the thing. Like, in my mind, all I knew was to be me.
Yeah.
That's why I said my name. Like, I ain't know how to do nothing else but be Mike Jones. You know what I'm saying? So when I was 300 pounds, I went, I got to lose weight because I'm finna get on the TV. I'm like, this Mike Jones. Big belly, shirt,
all that.
Everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when we did back then, it was just let it out. Before I came up in the game, nobody showed me love. They see me in the club and used to treat me like a scrub. They wouldn't holler because my dollars weren't swollen enough. I bet they changed their mind when them 84s come rolling up. No. So I'm representing me, and I'm representing everybody else who from where I'm from, who can relate to what I'm going through and what they going through.
Yeah.
I feel you know what I'm saying?
I got you.
But now that you know it's a back then world, it's better to know it than to get in a situation and then find out about it.
There you go.
So I always been a game spitter, and it's only right for me to come back and give y'all the game. That's why I'm on here on this real show. You feel me?
That's what I'm talking about. Knowledge is power, right?
Knowledge is power.
So how did you lose the weight, man? Did you just go on a crash diet, or?
Okay. See, what happened is when I was big, I was never trying to lose weight. I was happy with how I was. Real talk. I was happy.
That's real talk. All
but
right.
when the politics, because see, the politics changed my life. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like when the politics came in, okay, you doing this show. You ain't do this show every week. How you doing it? At your size. Then somebody come in. You know what, man? We gonna shut down the cameras because you. No more of this, no more of that. You like, what? Okay, well, why they doing that? I'm dealing with that on a separate issue. I'm finna go work on my health.
Right.
I'm finna go in the gym. I'm finna get on the treadmill slowly but surely. So when I come back, you will see what you're seeing right now.
All right.
You will see a new look, new me, new swag, new everything.
All right. All right.
But you still know me as a person. You still know what I done. So what I left behind is still good, especially to the people who I was showing the love to. They remember, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's so good that you can still have relationships with the people that you were with as you were growing up. But not everybody you'll be able to still, but those that have been there and been loyal for you. And I can tell you're a loyal kind of dude, man.
Lord,
so if somebody in there for you, you gonna be there for them. I understand that.
Boy, it's cool though.
Yeah.
Believe me, it's cool because I'm in I'm good. I'm in a good situation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But again, you know what I'm saying? Like I always thought it was loyalty before royalty. I see it's royalty before loyalty. I learned that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like man, I can't get the question out of my head. Like you asked me what I would have done different. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, a person got $1 million, right?
Yeah.
And you got a person right here who don't, trying to make it, but y'all cool, right?
Right.
So he might come to you like, man, you know, man, really trying to get my lights on. You know, I could be like, man, you know what? I ain't trying to separate business and.
Yeah.
And then you still be cool with me, but you still have that I'm like, nah, man, you my nigga. I got blessed with this money, man. I'm gonna pay your light bill. I got you. It's between us.
Right.
And to turn it around and man, whoa, like okay, like.
Yeah, money can mess folks up a lot of times.
And they still mad because I made the most. Like, don't be mad. Like, you own. Like, don't get mad at me.
It's called greed.
Man, it's called greed and control.
Greed.
Hey, I ain't got nothing but love for everybody, man. I'm chilling.
and hey, I ain't mad at you. It look like you're doing pretty good. You know what? We're going to be back with more of Let's Talk About It. I want to thank you guys for joining us today. And for more information on the show and Mr. Mike Jones, you can contact us at, what is it? Let's Talk About It 12TV at gmail.com. That's Let's Talk About It 12TV at gmail.com. Until next time, we'll see you then.